Fursuiting here again.
Enya.
We're here to do another question and answer. We got quite a few questions, and hopefully we can answer them as well as we can.
We're sorry on the long delay on this. We had a lot of other stuff on our higher priority than this, but
Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
yeah.
So,
As
here
far
it
as
is.
like setting up the studio, working on commissions, and stuff like that, and getting a new format for the streams, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen.
Well,
We kind of put this on the back burner, but
mm-hmm.
now we're finally getting around to
We're
doing
here.
it.
So let's get started. First question is a question for Neapolitan Cat. What was the inspiration for your persona, the ice cream cat?
So I made Nia 2.5 years ago. I really didn't have a direction for sonas, and my art was really not that good for furries. But so I went from species to species. I went from sheep to like Dungeon Angel Dragon to I don't even know what. I went back and forth between cat, something else, cat, something else, and as I narrowed it down, I felt most connected with cat. Since they're more introverted animals in nature, you have to like earn their trust and their affection. But if you do earn their affection and trust, and they become really good friends of yours, which
Just about everybody starts out with the light, not very well with
especially
art.
me. I'm not a dog. I can't just go up and greet some random people that I don't know.
But I mean, you said you didn't do the art very well. Everybody starts that way.
Oh, that's what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. So, I did a standard brown cat. It was too plain. So I added like an orange fluff coming down because I really love red hair. And apparently somebody in the family who's long dead now had red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that I at least inherited the genetics for that, even though it doesn't show up. And I just really like red hair, so I wanted to incorporate that into a persona. And then Nia's main colors are brown because I have brown hair, brown eyes because I have brown eyes.
So cats, ice cream, and
no, the Sona that I designed right before Nia didn't have the pink.
Well, what inspired it? Mostly, it was cats. You like cats. You like ice cream.
I'm introverted.
And you felt the wings were giving you a place to go.
I'm getting to that. The ice cream part, when I put the browns together next to the pink from the tongue, it reminded me of Neapolitan ice cream, so I wanted that pop of color that the pink gave, and so the ice cream cat was born.
Right.
And then the wings later came because they have symbolism with it that I don't want this video to be too long, so I won't get into depth about that. But the wings on Nia symbolize freedom away from burden.
Alrighty.
To sum that up.
Alright, next question is from Skippy on Twitter. The previous question was also on Twitter, I forgot to say that. But Skippy asks, where would your personas live? Mine personally, wherever it's cold. I imagine all the fur would make it very hot, and you'd always want to be cold. Probably on a mountain somewhere. High elevation, 10, 12,000 feet.
My Sona would live out of the city. Because I do not like... I'm shy, introverted. I do not like people, so...
Doesn't need to be reality either. You could live on like a planet or something somewhere else. Could be your own ice cream planet.
Probably in like a small village like yours.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the mountains.
Yeah.
As long as there's like a heat source, like heat conditioning inside the house.
So like generic answer of somewhere on the mountain, somewhere for both of us?
Mountains are pretty. I just like heat.
Nowhere specifically though. Just
so
mountains.
I need a hot place away from the cold.
Alright, next question is from Jay Silverwolf. Actually the next couple of them, it was on Twitter. First one, he asked, if you both had one superpower, what would it be and why? I don't know. That one's really tough. Superpower of turning into a human or my persona.
I want the superpower of being the best artist in the world.
Wow.
Awesome, isn't it?
I guess. I mean, a lot of them are cool. Flying would be fun.
I can fly. Well, my
Superpowers would
Sona
be fine.
can.
I mean, just like being able to like be really strong would be fun.
Super creativity.
Super creativity.
Beyond humans' creativity.
Your super name would be like Creativity Cat. His other one would be, what would your dream vehicle be? I've always said Ferrari F50. They're very expensive now.
When I was a
Cool
kid,
car.
I had a image that I really loved, like those convertible type cars. But that was when I was a kid. Like, you know, like the roofs that...
Convertible type car.
Huh?
Convertible type car?
Yeah, like how
an
the
actual
roof of
brand?
the car comes down and you just have like the front windshield.
Yeah. But did you have an exact like brand? You just had
No.
something you wanted on
I
it?
don't know. I didn't know cars well enough to have like a specific brand, and even now I'm not really big on cars, so I don't really have a dream car. Just anything that gets me from point A to point B that
Yeah.
won't break down, that looks pretty decent, not like run down.
I always like Ferrari F50. They'll always be classic. I mean, a lot of the 80s, 90s Ferraris are amazing. Same for Lamborghini and all those, too. I'm sure most people from the 80s would have said DeLorean. I don't really like those that much.
Back to the Future.
All right, I mean, really, if neither of us are into cars, that's really all you can say. I don't really know myself too
I'm
much
not into
anymore.
the cars too
Oh,
much.
I'm not either. Next question is Jay Wolfies on Twitter. He asks, do you still want him to move to Arizona?
I think that's been decided. You need to move.
Yeah,
Room with Sephiroth and Jay Silverwolf and Dakota.
yeah. I mean, if you can make it here, more the merrier, I guess. It's really cool down here.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. And he seems to be really wanting out of where he lives currently.
As
so
long as you
why
can
not?
take the heat.
For like half the year. And then the other half's like kind of not so summer.
The heat's unpleasant. It's not bad.
It's not too bad. Just a couple days that are really, really bad.
A few months.
Let's see. Next one is from Gerald on Twitter again. He asks, as you play a game together, do you go berserk at each other when the game results don't go your way?
No.
No, we really haven't played any like competitive games together.
Just Monopoly.
We just did Monopoly.
And you let me win.
We got a recording of it so people can see it.
You let me
I think
win.
it's on the channel somewhere still. Yeah, I kind of helped. I made sure that you actually had some stuff to actually fight me on it, and you.
Because I don't
turned
know
out
how to
winning.
play Monopoly.
You had pretty much the gist of it. It wasn't too bad. You were doing pretty good. It's just if you have two people playing and everybody gets like they get all the cards, and you got to kind of trade around to make sure that the game does move.
Yeah, but
You
we
got to
didn't.
have monopolies on it.
We didn't fight over that
No.
a whole lot.
I honestly can't see any time fighting over it. It might be like, oh, you're winning, oh, I'll get you back, something like that. But it's really not.
You need to get me back.
I'm not competitive, and you're not really. But I wouldn't mind a rematch.
I'm a little bit competitive, not like too bad.
I'd like a rematch on it. It'd be
I'm
fun.
gonna beat you.
No, you wouldn't.
Possibly not.
Next question is from Den Snuggie on Twitter again. Neapolitan Cat and FurSymphony. How long have we been furries?
I'm pretty sure your story has been told many times.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll
Long
go. Around this time in 2016, I started taking notice of the furry fandom from Instagram and seeing like the fursuit videos that people were started posting and popping up in my explore feed, looking at the refs and me realizing that it's part of the furry fandom. It looked like a lot of fun, and at the time I was only drawing whales and dolphins, and for doing that for years upon years, I kind of got bored of drawing dolphins and whales and wanted to expand my art skill into something new. And seeing all the stuff you could like draw on furry, it just piqued my interest, and I wanted to start practicing my art in this area. And so I consider myself actually being in the fandom since 2017, like since the beginning of that year,
A
and
couple of years in.
it's like 2.5 years.
I consider myself in from 97 to some extent. It's definitely not to what it is right now. But still, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I
Since
can't
you're
even
like what,
think it in my
13?
mind. 22 years now?
Since you're like 13.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's definitely not like I was suiting and definitely totally into furry the whole time. I just knew I was.
You didn't have a Sona?
So 2 years for you, 22 for me. At times I did. Nothing that's round anymore.
Oh.
But
And then
yeah,
same
that's
year,
about it.
2017 was the year that I designed Nia. Like,
Ooh.
I think it was the end of June of 2017 that I officially came up with her design. End
Yeah.
of June or end of July, something like that.
Like this current son is like 5 years old. So yeah,
5?
stuff goes back further.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Jay Silverwolf again. He asked a lot of them this time, which is cool. Keeps it going. But he asked it on Twitter again, and he asked, what was the best vacation you had so far?
Going to SeaWorld in San Diego.
In San Diego. How long ago was that?
Well, we went on 3 different,
Mm-hmm.
three different
Yeah.
occasions with my parents. The first time was October of 2005, was around the time that I started drawing at all. Because, again, whales and dolphins. I had that kid obsession. But we drove over to San Diego to go to SeaWorld for a couple of days when I was 11 and a half years old. Just because of my obsession with the dolphins there. And then we went again in March of 2008. I was 14 years old. And then last time we went was in 2009.
Those are 3 different, not your favorite ever. Your first one was your favorite ever, right?
No, 2009 when I was in 10th grade.
Mhm.
Because we went to Seaport Village. I started developing confidence because I was trying out contacts instead of glasses, so I felt like I was more pretty.
Ooh.
And I was just a kind of moody teenager. So I was like all into myself and all into like having fun and stuff. And I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna cop out on it and just say my whole life's been a vacation. So I honestly really can't think of it right now. So
For mine, we went to the San Diego Zoo. We went to SeaWorld. We went to Seaport Village. We saw my oldest brother's ex when they were together at the time, and he was living out that way.
all right.
And so we just went out to visit him and have like a vacation.
I went to SeaWorld in like 1998, I think. It was
I'm
fun.
sure it's changed.
It was a long
since
time
then.
ago. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back again. It was a cool place.
We can go together.
Yeah, sometime. Okay, next question is from Gray Sunday on Twitter. He asks, now that we're both engaged, what are we most excited about? Getting married.
Getting through with the marriage and planning and just starting our life together.
I mean, just doing everything in general. It's just having somebody with you and
Finally calling each other husband
Yeah.
and wife instead of future husband and wife.
fiance isn't good enough.
I want to be your wife.
Okay. I already asked you.
But
so
we
hopefully.
haven't gotten married yet.
Alright. We will be. That's
Mhm.
definitely the most exciting thing yet, right?
We need to start planning.
Yeah, we will.
I've heard it's stressful from like one of the extern people, so I'm hoping it's not that stressful and we can just plan it and have a good wedding and just live our lives together.
Yeah, it's just what's exciting is just having somebody with you all the time. It's having a best friend and companion.
Who loves you even on the bad days?
On the bad days. There's a lot of bad days, or a bunch of good days. All good days. Mostly good days. But yeah, that and getting married, it's a lot to
I
think of.
can't believe I'm gonna be
I
married.
know, it's weird, huh?
I know.
Pretty crazy.
I know.
Mm.